The clay brick industry is also a huge issue, having a huge problem of carbon emission. So we wanted to introduce a new technology as well, which can recycle these waste material into bricks, and people can use it for their construction industries.
Hi friends, welcome to Change Started, to our series Change Trails. Lot of blame for air pollution is given to factories, vehicles and agriculture. But one sector which probably misses the limelight is the brick industry. As per estimates, more than 15% carbon emissions are generated because of making of the bricks. Yes, we are speaking of the same bricks which is used for the construction of our homes. We need solutions. And today we are going to discuss one such innovative way of making those bricks, which is environment friendly, lightweight, and affordable. To discuss more about it, we have Kunjpreet Arora, the co-founder of Angirus, the company which makes those bricks. Welcome, Kunjpreet.
Thank you so much, Varun, for having me here. I must say that's a very interesting and needed initiative that you started with Change Started. And definitely, I mean, I really appreciate the work that you are doing and creating awareness about the climate change, the carbon emission into the society.
Thank you so much. To start by telling your journey before Angirus, what were you doing?
So I was studying, to be honest. Yeah, I'm a civil engineer graduate, and I graduated in 2020 recently. And before giving my final exams, we incorporated the company because I was pretty sure that this is what I wanted to do and this is what problem I want to solve, and give my 100% to solve this issue and bring some change. And if I can do a little change, I think that will be very satisfying for me.
Awesome. So what made you pick this particular industry? I mean, you were doing civil engineering. So was that the reason? Or you saw a particular problem somewhere? You saw that how the bricks are made, you saw the problem there, and that's why you wanted to get into this. What was the trigger point for getting into this?
So I think this problem was because of the problem, but the solution comes because of also because I come from a civil engineering background, and I wanted to use my expertise, like something that I know and I have studied. So the basically how it started, because if you know that in Rajasthan there is huge problem of marble slurry, and especially in Udaipur, and coming from a lake city and seeing that lakes getting destroyed because of the marble waste releasing into the lakes, that was something that I could not bear, because I love to go to the lakeside and sit there. But we thought that as a civil engineer, how we can utilize that waste into the construction industry, and so we thought, okay, let's mix it with the other resources, waste resources, not the natural resources, because clay bricks consume million tons of natural resources, and there are huge problem of soil mining, soil erosion, the water crisis. So these are the natural resources that goes into the manufacturing of clay bricks. So we don't wanted to use any natural resources, but stick to the industrial waste or plastic waste, because that is also a huge issue that our country is facing. So that's how like it started. We came up with our first prototype, that was a bricks and paver blocks that were entirely made from the plastic waste, marble waste, and other industrial waste. So yeah, and but we also figured out that the clay brick industry is also a huge issue, having a huge problem of carbon emission. So we wanted to introduce a new technology as well, which can recycle these waste material into bricks, and people can use it for their construction industries.
Awesome. That's very interesting. But again, what I wanted to know is, like, did you like study the industry as part of your project or school work? What was the reason behind getting into bricks only? I mean, you could have gone into cement, or you could have gone into tiles or something else. But what was the reason for picking bricks?
So actually, today the clay bricks is one of the second largest source of air pollution in our country after traffic jams. And people don't know that one clay bricks is responsible for the emission of 100 gram of carbon emission, and we at least require, if we want to build a 2 BHK house, we do require around 10,000 to 12,000 bricks, and that means huge amount of carbon emission. So that's how, like, we got excited toward this industry, that no, that we can solve the two problem. Then why go to any other build any other solution, because there are many solutions of recycling the waste material, but we wanted to solve not only the problem of waste material, but also provide a new solution, an alternate sustainable building product to the clay brick industry.
Cool. So what all things are you putting into those? You said about industrial waste and you said about plastic waste.
Yeah.
What are those industrial waste which you are putting into your brick?
So those industrial waste are, one is the construction demolition waste, then they come marble waste, flash waste, crusher waste. They are like many kind of waste. So but the two main components is plastic waste and the construction demolition waste, but we can also modify according to the city to city or state to state, because see, as I told that Rajasthan generates a lot of marble waste, so we wanted to solve that marble waste problem. But when we go to the southern part of the country, in Tamil Nadu, they generate a lot of granite waste, and we have also tested with the granite waste. So if we go to city or state to state, we can also solve not only the waste plastic waste problem, but also local waste problem as well, into the by utilizing and recycling that waste into the bricks again.
Cool. So are you mixing some chemicals inside these bricks as well to make them solidify everything and put them together?
No, so that's the beauty of the composition, that we are not using any chemical, cement, or any natural resources. We are just keeping it 100% waste material only.
Awesome. Really brilliant. I mean,
Thank you so much.
we need solutions like this, and you guys are providing an awesome solution. So now my next question is, like, you need resources as an input, right? So you need all those plastic waste and industrial waste. So from where are you sourcing it? Are you contacting the municipalities to get these waste, or is there any other way of doing that?
Yeah, so there are 2-3 sources of getting these plastic. Is one is the industries who generate a lot of plastic waste. So, but they are already recycling it, and it has a recycling value. But what we are targeting is the plastic waste, which does not have any recycling value and end up into the river bodies or ocean. So that is the problem, not the plastic waste like HDP, which is already getting recycling or PET. So we are targeting the polythene, MLP wrappers that we called. So those kind of plastic waste, and getting that plastic waste, currently we are sourcing it from the scrap dealers, where they collect a lot of plastic waste from cities to city, and then there is one other municipalities who are collecting plastic waste door to door from their any government new scheme initiative. So these are the currently two sources that we are getting the plastic waste. Is one is the municipality and the other is scrap dealers.
So one more question, Kunjpreet, is what is the composition of the brick? So how much is the plastic waste? How much is the industrial waste you are putting together? Is there any specific?
So
go on.
Yeah, there is specific ratio that because it is also a patent pending technology and composition. But if I tell you in the percentage, so yeah, the plastic waste is around 20 to 30%, and the other is the inert waste or industrial waste.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So more power to you that you set up this company and make it very, very large, because world needs solution like yours. So when you say we, is that you started this thing with few other people, or was it alone?
No, so it was my batchmates. They were my friends that with whom I started, and currently few of them have left, but now I have my co-founder, who is Lokesh Puri. He's also working with me, and he was actually my senior, but he then left the project for a certain period of time due to some reasons, and then he came back up once I got graduated, and then from that we both are working full time. And we also have like 2-3 new people who recently joined, and they were also from the old team members. So yeah, now we are a 4 to 5 people team.
Cool, awesome. So see, I mean, starting something and thinking about something is one thing, but actually executing is a different ball game, right? So you need a lot of money, you need resources, you need machines to make it happen. So how are you building this ecosystem? How are you bringing everything together?
So in early days, we brainstorm it, and we also have not taken so far. We have not taken a single penny from it, but some little things amount that we had, we from our savings we put into it, but that was very less as compared for what a hardware product or hardware technology would require. So but we kept on participating in many competitions in and applying for government grants, and through that actually we were able to survive so far. And so initially we were also selected for the Smart India Hackathon, and that actually changed the whole scenario, that that we can we validated the product, and we built a prototype, and we thought like okay. And then we also received some external funding from the central government in 2019, that was for 99 2020. So like through that we started the project, and eventually growing, we also like got some other funding from the corporate CSR. So PVR Nest was one who invested into us, and there was recently another CSR funding which came into the venture. So yeah, and so far right now we have received around like 30 to 35 lakhs of grants, and we have recently also got commitment for the seed capital from the institutional investors.
Awesome, very good. So I mean, you are right, and we need an ecosystem to be created, and we need people to help you guys, right? So it is wonderful that people are coming forward to help your initiative. So my next question, Kunjpreet, is like, so when did you start? When did you started this initiative with Angirus?
So it was starting 2019 when I was in the third year of graduation, but then there was pandemic and things got fallen apart a little, but then we came back and we were like, yeah, we started again.
Okay, cool. So are you currently manufacturing those bricks in certain factory?
So our prototype, we were having a prototype machine, but now we are going for a pallet machine, and this pallet machine will have the capacity of 500 bricks per day. And we already have received pre-orders from the architects and builders across the country. So that's also validation for the product. Now we will be launching in February. Yeah.
In February, so you have in February.
And we have a small plant.
Cool.
Yeah.
So how many bricks do you plan to manufacture from this site?
So per day it will be able to manufacture 500 bricks. This is at pallet stage only, but at commercial scale, we look forward for the fabrication, for the manufacturing of 5,000 to 8,000 bricks per day. But that will be in future.
Okay. And I mean, because I'm not an expert, so you have to tell me, to build probably a 2-bedroom house, how many bricks do you need?
So it will be around 10,000 to 12,000 bricks.
Okay. And
if you have to build a small 2 BHK house.
Okay. And if we compare it with the traditional brick kiln industry, how much do they manufacture and how much you will be able to manage? So is there a comparison?
So for a medium-sized clay brick, that also again depends from city to city. If we look for a tier 1 city or a metro city, they will be having a large manufacturing system, brick kilns. But for a tier 2 or tier 3 city, they will have a small manufacturing capacity. And so for a medium size brick manufacturer, they are also able to manufacture 8,000 to 10,000 bricks per day, and that's what we have also kept our capacity for the commercial scale.
You are planning to establish your factory in Udaipur itself or somewhere else?
So we are planning to do pallet testing and R&D in Udaipur only because we have already built our network and connection here. But in future, we plan to go to Bangalore because we feel like there is the huge potential for such products. And also these bricks are damp proof and it protects the walls from dampness and water leakage. And if we see that in South India, because that is near to the coastal area, they faces a lot of issue with the dampness and water leakage. So we feel that bricks can solve that issue there, and it has a huge market potential there. and we also have stakeholders there. So, and most of the orders from South India only.
Innovative. So is there any other player who is doing it, or you are like first in India or something like that?
There are 2-3 companies in India who are at same scale, but different technology, different properties. But I would say that the brick industry is one of the largest industry in India, and in the world also. It is after the one of the largest after China. It has the market capital of 1,800 billion rupees in 2019. So I think from by one player it won't be possible to capture the whole market, and
Absolutely.
we do require such more companies who are working on the same, and it's such a big major problem. And if there are many companies, I must appreciate that, because it's such a huge market, and the country is also improving and going into urbanization and development.
Absolutely, absolutely. So my next question is, like you also said, it is affordable and cheaper than the clay
Hmm.
bricks, right? So what makes it cheaper?
So there are 2-3 factors involved into it. So if we go, one is the transportation cost, because we want to reduce the embodies inbuilt into it. And the other thing is the our technology. We have automated the whole process, that we don't require, we just require half of the labor that working under the clay brick industry, and require around only 3,000 to 5,000 square feet of the area, where to the clay bricks they require around 2 to 6 acres of land, because they have to lay down the bricks into atmosphere for drying. And so there's a lot of activities and labors and area resources involved into it. So compared to that, we don't require that much amount of resources. And also we are utilizing the waste, which is the target waste is we are targeting is the low quality waste that we can source at very low price or at zero cost. So I think those few factors play a major role in reducing the cost. And in tier 2, tier 3 cities, the cost is comparative, which is 5 to 6 rupees per unit. But if we go to metro city or tier 1 cities, there the price of clay bricks goes to around 8 to 10 rupees, and there we can provide just at 40% less, around 5 to 6 rupees.
Wow, that's really awesome. I mean, very, very nice. My next question is like,
Yeah.
I mean, bricks have been used from Indus Valley civilization, right? I mean, we have been using it from, I think, 5,000
Yes.
years, bricks. And why we use
Yeah.
it? Because it is durable. It can withstand years of
Hmm.
life. So your bricks, the bricks which you are making, are they long lasting? Are they durable? Is there any proven
Hmm.
criteria? I mean, tell us about it.
Yeah, so we know that plastic waste are not recyclable. They can survive like thousands of years. And when we use plastic as a binder, that increases the durability of the product as well. And the other material that we use is are the soil, the recycled aggregates that comes from the construct by demolishing the construction buildings only. So these two things that we are using, and that guarantees that it will last long, more than at least 5 years. And but the durability test we are still looking forward to do, because there is no standard test for the clay brick or any other Indian standard bricks. But for such products we do require to do durability test. So yeah, maybe we can do it in future as well.
Cool. And you also mentioned that some companies have already validated your idea and they have
Hmm.
already started procuring it, right? So can you name those companies who have started doing it?
I can't take the name right now. They are few builders and architects, and they have not started procuring, but they have given the pre-orders as
Oh,
of now,
cool.
that they want to utilize it.
Con-
Yeah, these
Congrats.
are companies from Bangalore, Pune, and Hyderabad.
Cool. Congratulations. So I mean, yeah, once people
Thank you.
start constructing houses with your bricks, that's when the real validation will come. Yeah, that it is
Yeah.
equivalent to the clay bricks. Awesome. Wonderful. So when do you think that it will be getting utilized in the buildings?
I think we are at the end of January. By February, we will be ready to utilizing these products. So we are also planning to build a small structure and to show for the product demonstration, and showcase the product into the market. And by through this pre-orders also we can validate the products in the actual environment. So yeah, by the mid of February, you can definitely see the products in the market.
We would love to see that, Kunjpreet. So tell us about the challenges which you faced in last couple of years while undergoing this process.
Yeah, I mean, they were quite of the challenges, especially when the pandemic hits. We were not able to operate the plant. We were not able to do R&D or source the raw material because plastic waste is involved into it. And people and the collectors also for the of these plastic waste also have this thinking that we don't want to deal with because of the virus and all involved into the waste material which is coming from the houses, especially on industries. So that was quite challenges, but we utilized that time period for the other activities like connecting with the builders on the phone calls or texting them or the architects, and also like coming from a small town based in South Rajasthan, that is also quite challenging because right now here is not a startup ecosystem and we were not able to get those resources which is are there for the by the government or the in the sense like by the ecosystem, access to the investors, access to the mentors, access to the skills, and in hiring. So those are the challenges right now that we are facing, but we plan to move to the Chennai or Bangalore because we have our more of the shareholders, stakeholders and mentors there.
Cool. All the best. So my next question is, what was the reason of
Yes.
giving this name,
Yeah.
the company name as Angirus?
Yeah, actually, so that belongs to the name of the first sage who invented the bricks in India, and bricks are actually invented first in India only. So that was before even the Mohenjo-daro and all that centuries. And so we wanted to bring a new revolution to the brick industry, and that's why we kept the name Angiras after that sage who invented bricks in India.
Nice, very nice. I mean, I never knew that Angirus was one of our sage who invented. I mean, India is proud to have invented so many things, and if bricks is also one of them,
Yeah.
kudos to us. And one more question is, Kunjpreet, I mean, lately in last few years, I've been listening a lot about sustainable city and green buildings, right? So, though personally I've been only listening about it, and I'm not seeing much of action in that area. So what is your take about this sustainable building and green building concept?
I think now government is also working very hard through their initiative of green building. IGBC Terry Institute is working very well in, and they have also introduced Griha as a green building as initiative for the construction industry. So not in immediately, but in near future we will definitely see change happening because of these government regulatories also, and they are restricting the clay bricks, restricting the establishing of new clay brick industries because of the carbon emission and all those pollutants that they releases. And they are also encouraging builders and architects, but builders and architects, it's up to them because we cannot privatize everything. So yeah, I mean, but in near future we will definitely see the changes, and if we have such products, sustainable eco-friendly products in the market, then why would builders and architects not buy them? They will definitely buy them, but we do require to have such products.
Following up is like you guys who have studied civil engineering and architecture, right? So do you think there is a need to provide education and skills in this industry and in this particular sector about teaching you guys sustainable building and green building and about these concepts, or is it already happening?
Yeah. No, I have not studied in my course during the 4 years of graduation, but I think there needs to do updation in the courses as well and teach them about the green building because that's the future that we want to work for. So they should definitely teach about the green building, sustainable infrastructure, sustainable construction practices.
Yeah, exactly. And I was reading that there are too many certifications which exist about green buildings, right? So I believe there should be a standardization across the industry that this is one body which is going to authenticate and validate the quality of the green building.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
No, there is. So IGBC is one of the body, and GRIA is one of the another body by the Terry Institute. So there are bodies, but still they cannot standardize everything. They cannot make it compulsory for the builders and architects to use these products, but they are encouraging them, because and they're also providing tax benefits and additional floor area ratio, so that they can attract them towards the sustainable and green building solution. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, that it may happen in near future, definitely.
Cool. Yes, I mean, I agree. And we need to create a complete ecosystem, right from the builders, architects, students, even the
Yeah.
construction workers. Everybody needs to be aligned in this process and needs to be educated and trained in this industry. So wonderful. And probably
Yes.
you guys will give them a reason to do that. So we need people like you who are providing the solution, and
Yeah.
then the ecosystem will get created. So my final question, Kunjpreet, is like, what is your personal connection with nature and environment?
So as I told that I come from a lake city, and I have grown up seeing these lakes and sitting nearby, because that's give me a satisfying satisfaction. And seeing that those lakes getting destroyed was something was not I could tolerate. And the plastic is also one of the major problem, because if you see in the periphery or the boundaries of these river bodies or lakes, you will see a lot of plastic bottles, polythene, and these some of the plastic pollutants. That was something that I could not able to bear. And that's how, like, we decided, okay, let's make something that we can utilize these waste and use it for some other create some functional or a value added product, and use for something different purpose, and create a circular economy.
Awesome. So more power to you. Kudos to you guys to start this up, and I'm sure you will be successful in your journey.
Thank you so much, Bharat.
Thank you for your time. Thanks. Wonderful talking to you.
Thank you. See you.